What is up, baggy people? And I'm on this side and I have this Micromax Canvas Spark 2 Plus, and in this video we'll be doing an in-depth and a final review of this phone. And I have been actually using this phone for last 5 days with my secondary SIM card inserted in it. And do keep in mind, guys, that in this video I will not be going in detail about the physical overview and all those aspects, because I have already covered it in my unboxing video, and you can check that video out by tapping this card over here and then get back to this one, because in this video I will just tell you that what I like about this phone and what I don't like about this phone. And first of all, let's talk about the things which I like in this phone, and the first thing would be the build quality and looks. This phone feels premium when you hold it in your hands, and at the budget price of 4,000 rupees you're getting such a premium phone which feels great in hands. And it feels like that it have metallic finish at the back, but actually it's plastic, but a good quality plastic. So the overall build quality and look and feel of this phone is very good. Moving on to the speakers. So the speakers of this phone are located over here, which sounds pretty well, and the speakers are actually loud enough. Let me actually play one song over here just to guys show you an example. So as you have seen, guys, the speakers were loud enough and the music was also crystal and clear. So the speakers of this phone are actually very good, though the speakers are not like something extraordinary. We have simple speakers which we usually see, but it is very satisfactory regarding the price of this phone. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Moving on to the call clarity of this phone. So the call clarity of this phone is also very good, and I don't have any issues regarding that. Next, guys, moving on to the battery performance of this phone, then we have a 2000 mAh battery in this phone, and you can expect a battery backup of 4 to 6 hours using this phone if you are a medium user, even if you are on the 3G. And regarding the screen on time, I was easily getting a screen on time of 1.5 hours and sometimes even more than that. So basically you can expect a screen on time of almost 2 hours using this phone, as you can see in this screenshot as well. Next, moving on to the gaming performance of this phone, then surprisingly gaming performance of this phone is also very good, and there was no hanging and lagginess which I noticed while playing games in this phone. But there was some heating issues which I noticed, as you can see in this screenshot. The temperature could reach up to 48-49 degrees centigrade, which is abnormal obviously. But there was no hanging issues at all, though I have not played any heavy games, because we know that this phone is simply not meant for heavy gaming. Let me actually play one game over here just to guys show you a live example. Then we'll take a look at the temperatures and battery drainage. I will just fast forward everything. So let me play this game Traffic Rider for 2 or 3 minutes, and then we will take a look at the temperatures. Right now the temperature is 37 degrees centigrade, as you can see over here, and the battery is 35%, and the time is 5:33 p.m. So let's now play the game. So guys, it's almost 2 or 3 minutes since we are playing this game, and as you can see the temperature warning has been over there in the notification bar, and the temperature is 39 degrees centigrade, and there is actually a lots of warmness at this side of the phone under the Micromax logo. Trust me on that, guys. And the battery was 1% drained, as you can see over here. So that's all about it, I guess. So as we have seen, guys, there was some heating issues in this phone, but there was no frame drops and lagginess which I noticed while playing games in this phone. So basically the overall gaming performance of this phone is also very good, but there are some heating issues. But other than that, this phone is having a great gaming performance. Regarding the price of 4000 rupees, the gaming performance you're getting is very satisfactory, I have to say. So that's all about it. And next guys, moving on to the performance of this phone. And I have to say the performance of this phone is also very good. As you can see over here, this phone is running on 1.3 GHz of quad-core processor with MediaTek chipset. It's MT6580 along with the Mali 400 MP GPU. And in my day-to-day normal usage, there was no major hanging issues which I noticed. Obviously, there was some lags here and there while using this phone, especially when I'm using some heavy apps like Chrome and Facebook. But that's quite normal, I guess. And also it don't heats up in normal usage. So the overall performance of this phone is also very good in this price segment. So guys, these were the things which I liked in this phone. Next, moving on to the things which I don't like in this phone, and the first thing would be the charging time. Yes, it took me almost 3 hours or so to charge this phone from 1% to 100%. As you can see in these pictures, it took me almost 3 hours to charge this phone from 1% to 100%. Using the original charger which you will be getting in the retail box, that's obviously not a fast charger. It's just like a 700 milliampere charger, I guess. But still, we don't have that huge battery. It's just 2000 milliampere battery we have in this phone. But still, the charging time is quite high in my personal opinion, which I feel after using and after charging this phone from 1% to 100%. As you can see in this picture. The next thing which I don't like about this phone is the display. Yes guys, the display of this phone is not that good, and the viewing angles are very poor. Also, the screen visibility in outdoor situations is very bad. And if we compare the overall display performance with some of the competitors of this phone like Swipe Connect 5.1 and even in Focus Bingo 10, then obviously in my personal opinion this phone is having a bad display as compared to these phones. So that's what I think about the display of this phone. Next guys, moving on to the camera of this phone, then we have a 5 megapixel rear camera and a 2 megapixel front facing camera which is fixed focus, which is again not very good. And the picture quality we are getting, as you can see in these camera samples, is very decent and not up to the mark. Don't get me wrong guys, even in this price segment the picture quality could have been much better as compared to the camera samples you can see over here. But the 4x optical zoom we have in this camera works pretty well. As you can see, this is the shot which I have clicked using the optical. The color reproduction is also not up to the mark, and picture does not seems to be natural. So that's what I can say about the camera of this phone. It's like just decent and not that good, even if you compare again with some of the competitors of this phone. And if you want to download these camera samples originally without any editing, then just go to our website, which is www.nccyberdecoders.ml. The link will be in the description as well, so just make sure you check that out. And the next thing which I don't like about this phone is the heating issues. Yes, there was actually lots of heating issues while using this phone, I felt. And there was some heating issues which I noticed while playing in games in this phone and while charging this phone as well. The heating issues are over here at this side of the phone under the Micromax logo, which is not normal in my opinion. And as you can see in this screenshot, when I was charging the phone, the temperature of the phone was almost 44 to 45 degrees Celsius, which is abnormal. You can notice this thing in the screenshot over here. Also, when I was playing games which is not an heavy games, then too the temperature could reach up to 50 degrees Celsius. And you can notice this thing in this screenshot over here on your screens right here. And we usually see overheating issues, especially in Micromax and U phones. So and that's quite obvious for some people, I guess. And you should be knowing about that before you buy this phone. Guys, I want to add some optional things over here, that OTG support is not there, 4G is also not there, and Gorilla Glass is also not there on the display of this phone, and that's quite obvious, but some of you guys were asking me to tell this thing. So that's quite obvious, we cannot expect Gorilla Glass in this price segment, but LED notification light is present over there, so that's quite good. And one more thing I would like to add, that the earphones which you will be getting in the retail box of this phone, these are the earphones. It's in-ear type earphones, and this sounds pretty well, and I have to say in this price segment the earphones you will be getting is very good, and that can make your multimedia experience to be great. So that was my feelings on the Micromax Canvas Spark 2 Plus after using it for few days. And guys, if you are going to buy this phone, then please make sure you use my link to make purchase. It will be in the description, so just make sure click that out to make purchase. It would be really helpful for me from your side, so I hope you will buy this phone using my link, and I hope this video was helpful for you. So it would be great guys if you can give this video a thumbs up. It will take less than a second, man, so just press that thumbs up button below right now, and also leave some comments down below if you still have any confusions and questions. And at last, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel for some more unbiased reviews, because as you can see on this channel that I review a particular phone after using it for few days and not on the same day when the phone is launched. My Instagram and Facebook links will be in the description, so just make sure follow me over there as well. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video guys. I will catch you in my next video. Till then, as always, stay techy.